Hello everybody, it's been a while since I last did a vlog, though I have been doing a fair amount of story time videos, so at least you know that I'm not dead. Anyway, just a bit of a brief update as to what's going on at the moment. There is something wrong with my computer. I'm hoping it's just the power supply, not the motherboard, but it was just randomly cutting out and restarting, and now it's gotten to the stage where it doesn't even want to turn on anymore at all. So I'm trying to get a a reasonably priced power supply for it, because none of the ones that I've got spare are powerful enough for it. At the moment I'm using this here, which is a recent acquisition. I mean, it's a good thing I've got it, because the one that I was using that I tried to use for the first day was that thing here, which was my new media center computer. I mean, it should logically be the best choice. It's got a quad core and 8 gigs of RAM, but it was just lagging like hell. I mean, even trying to browse my Twitter feed, it was lagging, so I decided to use this. It's a Dell Dimension E521. It's got a 3 GHz AMD Athlon 64X2, 4 gigs of RAM, and a 750 gig hard drive, and an NVIDIA GeForce 8400 GS. Now, I mean, it's okay, it's fine to use as a daily driver system in an emergency, but the graphics card really is terrible. I mean, I've discovered that it actually plays stuff better with hardware acceleration turned off. So, if I want to watch a movie or a TV series and it's 720p or above, I've got to turn off hardware acceleration in order for it to play smoothly. And if I want to, and I've had to disable hardware acceleration in Firefox so that I can watch YouTube videos without it lagging ridiculously. I mean, it's kind of stupid, really. I mean, hardware acceleration is supposed to make things work better, not worse. So, until I can get a replacement power supply for my main computer here, I'm bidding on a better graphics card on eBay that hopefully will alleviate some of my problems. I mean, just so that I can watch stuff without it lagging to hell. I mean, I tried to watch some things last night on another website besides YouTube, and it actually the thing shut down, and I had to power cycle it to get it running again. So I mean, otherwise it's fine. I mean, I can browse the web okay on it. I can watch YouTube videos provided I don't have hardware acceleration running, and I can watch a fair amount of the videos that I've got on my media server. So I mean that's good enough. Unfortunately, I can't run all my 3 monitors because for some stupid reason Dell disables the integrated video chip when you're running an external video card like I am. It trying to use the internal integrated graphics just brings up an error, and it won't boot. I mean, and a regular system, wouldn't have a problem. I mean, it's kind of designed to run both at once, but unfortunately I can't, so I'm limited to just 2 monitors. I mean, it's not really much of a problem, because I can use my second monitor's pretty big anyway, but yeah, it's just a little bit inconvenient, and of course I can't play any games because the graphics card is shit. But I don't have to play games, it's okay for now. I just have to wait until I can get a power supply for my main computer. Anyway, I didn't sleep very much last night, which is why I'm up at 25 to 9. I've actually been up since about 6:30, awake since 4, but yeah. At the moment, some plans I mean, soon I'll be going to Gibraltar again on my own to spend some time with our family friend who lives out there. She's basically said that we can use her flat whenever we want. Excuse me, there's something dusty on the lens. Yeah, she's basically said that we can use her flat whenever we want, which is very kind of her, and means that we'll definitely be going to Gibraltar a lot more often now, which is always good, especially considering that it's so cheap. At the weekend, on Saturday, provided everything works out okay, I should be meeting up with a friend in town, and we'll go out to Pizza Hut for dinner and spend a bit of time together, which I'm very much looking forward to. That was something I've recently acquired, a new phone. My OnePlus One, you know, it was working fine up until recently. There seems to be a bit of a charging problem with it. Like, you know, I would leave it running throughout the day, the battery would go down to about 30% or whatever it was. I'd plug it in when I went to bed, I'd wake up in the morning, and it would still be on 34%, and it wouldn't have charged at all. That happened infrequently to start with, but then it got more frequent as time went on, to the point where it was happening at least once a week. So I just thought, yeah, I need to get a new phone, and I'd had a chance to play around with an older Blackberry, as you could tell if you've been watching my other vlogs, because I uploaded one that was recorded on the Blackberry. And I really liked the hardware keyboard on it. It was really comfortable to use, and definitely better than a touchscreen. So I've got myself a Blackberry. This is the Blackberry Passport. I'm not sure exactly what the inches are on the display, but it's a 1440 by 1440 display. It's 1:1, which can be a little bit of a pain for some apps, but you know, it's not really much of an issue. Got the nice hardware keyboard on there. The specifications on it are exactly the same as my OnePlus One, so I'm not losing anything by getting this. It runs Blackberry 10, which is RIM's proprietary operating system. The app ecosystem on it isn't great. I mean, it's in an even worse position than Windows Phone is, really. But thankfully, RIM had the foresight to bake in Android compatibility to the operating system. It comes with the Amazon App Store built in, but I've side-loaded the Google Play Store, so I can log into that, download all of the apps that I've bought, and buy other apps, and so on, and almost all of it works fine. The only thing that it has a problem with is it doesn't support Google Play services, so I can't use YouTube, I can't use Google Plus, even though I didn't use Google Plus anyway, but that's just an example. And when I run Skype, it pops up with an error sometimes saying Skype relies on Google Plus services for some of its features, which is not supported by your device. But the app still works fine. You know, I can message people on it, I can call them, and everything seems to work fine on it. I'm not sure exactly what it is that requires Google Play services, but I haven't run into it yet. It's a very nice phone. Battery lasts a ridiculous amount of time. It doesn't even take very long to charge either. I mean, it's like, what, 2, maybe 3 hours to do a charge from, you know, what it's at when by the time I need to go to bed. And sometimes, I mean, that can be anything from, you know, 63% to 30-something%. So, you know, yeah, depending on the usage, it can last a very, very long time, which is good. I mean, really is. I mean, one time, you know, I was using it pretty frequently, and I was able to get 2 days out of it, which was impressive. I mean, I wasn't playing any games or anything. I wasn't watching YouTube videos or playing music or doing video calls and stuff. It was just instant message, and it lasted 2 days, which is frankly brilliant in this day and age. Yeah, I haven't had that sort of battery life in a phone since, you know, we used feature phones. Yeah. It really is constricting using this thing. Well, you can't see it, but yeah, it really is constricting using that instead of my regular desktop PC. But oh well, these things happen. It's the first time I've had a power supply fail on me. Thankfully it wasn't a hard drive. But yeah, I just need to either wait for someone to send me a message on my tech forum saying they've got a power supply for me, or one of the websites I use to have a sale, so I can get something from there. But anyway, I don't think I mentioned this in a video, but late last month I got this. Now this, you can't, yeah, because the sun is shining on it, but yeah, this is a Hitachi CED video disc player. This is from 1982, I believe. The CED format stands for capacitance electronic disc, which is these things here. They're the size of vinyl LP records. They're in these little plastic caddies. You take one of them, you slide it into the front of the thing, which is quite big, and then you pull out the caddy and leave the disc inside, and you play your film. It uses exactly the same technology as a record player to get video out of a plastic disc. And then once you're, I mean, much like a laser disc, once you get to a certain point in the movie, you have to, thing again, pull it out, flip it over, and put it back in again. The picture quality is pretty much identical to VHS, which, you know, isn't great, but I mean, it's not terrible either. You know, I can still watch a movie on it and you know, have it be enjoyable. The only problem with CED discs is over time they just go bad. They don't last anywhere nearly as long as VHS tapes or laser discs, and it, you know, gets to the point where, you know, much like a poorly cared for vinyl record, the video just skips or goes, you know, goes back and plays, you know, like a 2-second bit over and over and over and over. You know, it could be because there's dirt in the grooves in the disc, or the disc is scratched or pitted or something like that. But from what I've read, if you just keep playing the thing over and over, you might get lucky and the stylus scrapes out the dust and dirt from the disc and it gets a bit better on it. So I'm just still working through that, but it is a nice little piece of history to have. The company that developed it, RCA, which is an American company, as I'm sure some of the people who watch my vlogs will know, they started developing it in 1967, and it took them 17 years to get a working prototype. 17 years. They had several false starts. They couldn't. They went down, you know, like various blind alleys, thinking maybe this would work, maybe that would work. But unfortunately, by the time they finally got a working one to market, it had been beaten to the punch by VHS, Betamax, and Laserdisc. So it didn't really stand a chance. It was withdrawn from the European market after less than 6 months, and soldiered on in the US until 1984, when RCA was filed for bankruptcy and were bought by General Electric, and they stopped making the players. And apparently the last CED disc to be released was in 1986. though in Europe the only discs that are available are the ones that were available at the launch of the system, and that amounts to about 270 discs, quite a lot of them being you know, music video discs, concerts and stuff. And yeah, I was able to get literally every film on it that I could possibly want, and that amounts to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are only 7 CED video discs that I would ever want. So, yeah. Bit of a shame it never worked out, because it is an interesting piece of kit, but oh well, these things happen. At some point I'll get a Laserdisc player, which should be a much more viable alternative for as a vintage enthusiast video platform. But anyway, how long is that? I'm not sure how long this has been recording for, because for some stupid reason when you flip around the LCD panel on this camera it doesn't have a timer. Okay, yeah, just have to press a button. Yeah, I've been over 16 minutes now. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing alright and that you've been enjoying my reading of Terry Deary's True Stories. Unfortunately, I can't record anymore while I'm using this other computer unless I use this camera or my phone, because the software that I use for recording videos on my webcam only works on Windows 8 and Windows 10, and this machine is running Windows 7 and I don't particularly want to put Windows 10 on it. Because compatibility, hell, it's not even really supposed to be compatible with Windows 7, but it works. But anyway, sorry for the short video and, you know, not really talking about much, but I haven't really got much to talk about. Hopefully once if everything works out and I get to see my friend on Saturday, then I might have more to talk about then. But anyway, be seeing you.